Odofo, hide the truth. Subscribe channel na family, like it, na comment it. Asem aba. Na asem aba no adutwam. Asem aba ne se eye ECOWAS abra omo ke se omo pe 5,000 standby soldiers. Eye proposal na omo di aba betudwa. Se omo pe 5,000 standby soldiers in case this omo betumi afford omo a. Omo ka sa pe ena ye nyina ye nim se Ibrahim Teore Burkina Faso na damfo pa ene Vladimir Putin. Enti abra ECOWAS kan sa pe ena Putin ehun se non se de ECOWAS for ye no e bia omo adwemu no omo pese omo forso Niger, Burkina ena Mali ema omo badwene eye ECOWAS no by force. Na enamso ema one na damfo pa one ne konakra na eye military officer ye freno Field Marshal Harfter Khalifa owo Libya. Na sa Field Marshal Harfter Khalifa no ono 1969 ono ne di Gaddafi oye ku edi Gaddafi ebisi akundwa so. Na odi Gaddafi si akundwa so no ono na ye military leader officer up to now. Na nadamfo pa ene Putin ho ena oje na kode efiri. Putin beka bia no ena papa no oti. Enti Putin ene ni di nkomo. Enura chi ya Field Marshal Harfter Khalifa wakwa koduru eye Burkina Faso. Obi nim dia okwakoye. Obi nim surveyor okwakoye. But mino kasa sisiye. Wakoduru Burkina Faso a one Ibrahim Teore edi nkomo kasasiye nkomo. Enti suma Putin asuma no ode asem enenam. Because omo hwe hu se omo yi omani ema Burkina Faso a anhwe ya obi betimi aba betake omo impromptu. Enti we die min kasa nche bibiri moma yentie nsem no de wumu bia e wo hasisiye.
Russia saw this establishment of military forces by ECOWAS as declaration of war, and immediately Russia had this just 2 days. He began working underground. Now, for you to understand what is happening now in Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, let's go and talk about the role Libya has started playing since Sunday to today. A man known as Khalifa Bezkasim Hafta is a Libyan. We are going to start talking about Libya, because if we jump into the matter, you may not understand what is going on. So let's go to what is happening, between Libya and Burkina Faso. Because there is a military leader from Libya in Burkina Faso right now. As I'm talking to you, today is the 11th July 2024. Libyan military leader is in Burkina Faso with Ibrahim Traore, and his coming is very, very important. Therefore, let's go and talk about that military leader in Burkina Faso, because it will help to make you understand about what is to happen in ECOWAS. Now, there is a man known as Khalifa Bezkasim Hafta. Hafta was born in the Libya city of Bia. He served in the Libyan army under Muammar Gaddafi and took part in the coup that brought Gaddafi to power in 1969. Since 1969, Khalifa has been in power as a military officer in Libya, though today he is still a military officer. But he is being backed by Putin. He is receiving weapon from Putin. All his strength is coming from Putin, and that is why he is very, very strong in Libya. Putin had known Khalifa long before Ibrahim Traore. Therefore, when ECOWAS established military forces to force Niger, Mali, and Burkina Faso back to ECOWAS, the first person that Russia contacted was Khalifa. But before we talk about how Russia contacted Khalifa, let's go to what happened on 28th September 2023. On 28th of September 2023, East Libya Commander Harfter in Moscow for talks with Putin. Kremlin spokesperson confirms meeting, saying the two men discussed the situation in Libya and wider region. Renegade General Khalifa Harfter, whose forces dominate eastern Libya, has held talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow, his forces, and the Kremlin said. Harfter, who sponsors a rival administration to Libya's UN-backed government in Tripoli, has long cultivated close relations with Moscow and relies heavily on Russian mercenary group Wagner for military support. Harfter held talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu, his Libyan Arab Armed Forces said on its official Facebook page without giving further details. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov confirmed Haftar's meeting with Putin. They discussed the situation in Libya and the region as a whole, he said in comments reported by Russia's state news agency, TASS. Also on 2 June 2024, Russian Deputy Defense Minister Yunusbek Yevkurov pledged to enhance the capabilities of the Libyan Eastern Forces led by Khalifa Haftar, a statement said Saturday. The pledge was made during a meeting between the Russian official and Haftar, who is the general commander of the Libyan Eastern Forces, in Benghazi in eastern Libya, according to a statement released by the Libyan Eastern Forces on Facebook. Yevkurov, accompanied by a high-level delegation, arrived at the Benina International Airport in Benghazi on Friday, marking his 5th visit to the city since August 2023. The statement said Yevkurov and his delegation met Haftar in his office in Benghazi. Haftar welcomed the Russian delegation, emphasizing the friendly relationship between the two sides and the importance of developing it in military and economic fields. Yevkurov highlighted Russia's contribution to enhancing the capabilities of the Libyan Eastern Forces in areas of training, efficiency improvement, and reinforcing joint cooperation to combat extremism, according to the statement. By seeing all these things, you would know that Russia has always been working with Khalifa Haftar. But the amazing thing that happened was that on Thursday, 11th July 2024, which is today, Haftar sent his son, named as Saddam, to Burkina Faso to meet interim President Ibrahim Traore. The son of Khalifa Haftar, Saddam, who holds the position of Chief of Staff of the Ground Forces, arrived in Ouagadougou on an official visit to Burkina Faso, according to the military media office of Haftar's forces' Facebook page. Upon his arrival in Ouagadougou, Saddam met with interim President Ibrahim Traore at the Burkinabe presidential headquarters in the capital, Ouagadougou. This is Saddam's first official visit to Burkina Faso since he was appointed Chief of Staff of his father's ground forces, according to a decision issued by Khalifa Haftar in mid-May. This is happening just 2 days after ECOWAS established military forces to protect constitutional order by forcing Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali to return to ECOWAS. Now, after all these things has happened, we all have known the reason why the son of Khalifa is in Burkina Faso. The reason is war. Russia has begun to bring his allies together. These allies are the people who are going to help Russia to fight ECOWAS in case of military intervention in Burkina Faso, Mali, or Niger. Then, 2 days after ECOWAS threatened to go to war with the Sahel Alliance, the Chief of Staff of the ground forces in Libya traveled to Burkina Faso. What do you think that is happening? This is war preparation. There is nothing more than war preparation, and it is going to be brutal. Why did I say so? Why I said so is this. I know how Russia fights, and Russia is backing Sahel Alliance. And you would ask me, how do Russia fight when Russia fight? Russia does not fight defensive war. Putin does not know anything about defensive. What he knows about is offensive. Therefore, if AU and ECOWAS are thinking that Russia will stay in either Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, be waiting for them until AU come to attack them, and Russia will turn the fire. The AU and ECOWAS are joking. What is going to happen? Check about the wars that Russia had fought in the past. Russia always go offensive. Mean that once AU throw one bomb to Sahel Alliance, all the ECOWAS countries will be in danger. This is the system Russia is using. Russia does not care about where he is bombing. Since the area is on the enemy territory, that place become a target. Look at what is happening in Kiev. This work would even reach to Nigeria, reach to Lagos, Abuja, Accra, Abidjan. If all these presidents are thinking that they will send military forces to fight in Sahel, and they will be sleeping, let they go and watch how Russia fight. When Russia fight into the state capitals, they don't care. Russia doesn't care about human rights. Russia fight to win a war. If you think Russia is going to fight like America, go and think again. This war is going to be disaster if it happens. Therefore, let's pray that the war never happened. Because if it happened, there will be a big problem. The war may expand from places to places and cause disaster. The Africa could be divided into 2 or into 3.
Abusiafo, we de mo amasoma. Enafam. Me si sede Burkina babia wakeka duru no. One ne federation countries Mali and Niger or moduru no. Unia odi wafoforo ekofro mo so a. Adie ni enebeyo. So it's better you stay back. Because right now, no Burkina no, it's being supported by so many countries. Me do bibi say, the truth. Share video no, like it, comment it, Mr. Subscribe, Mami.